Start recording. All right, guys, we are here. We are ready to get ourselves started with uh, Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro Run, because that is what you guys very graciously donated for. And with that, I'm going to let this wonderful man Spyran take it away here, and his good friend Chuck Nicey. Take it away, guys.
Thank you very much. So, hello, I am a wonderful man, Spyran. Thank you everyone for tuning in today to this excellent game, which you're all going to love. So, I'm Spyran. I am a Spider-Man 2000 and Enter Electro runner. I'd like to eventually run more games, but so far these have kept me going and have locked me in. They've got me. They've got the grasp on me. They've got the hold on me. So I run these games primarily, and I've loved these games. These are my first games I've speedrun. I hold a couple of world records in Spider-Man 2000, the first game. I don't hold any records currently, I believe, in EE, but I'm sure we can change that maybe. We're going to try and change that at least. So I'm here to run today. On my commentary virtual couch is Chuck Nicey. Chuck, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm semi-wonderful man Chuck Nicey, and I don't know a whole lot about Spider-Man 2, but I watched one of Spyran's any percent runs that he has on YouTube, and I think I have enough to make a good commentary. So I'm looking forward to seeing this.
That is all you need. So a lot of this game comes down, you'll see when we start the game in a second, a lot of this game is just knowing what to do on each level, and some things we can do to skip and kind of advance that a little bit faster than just completing the level normally, so you'll be able to see any of that. Not too many skips in comparison to the first game, but still some really cool ones, which you'll get to see, and we'll try and show off as best we can. So, time begins as soon as we select difficulty. On Enter Electro, you have to make sure your save file is empty. So you can see there's no continues, we've got no costumes unlocked, anything like that. Just to make sure that everything is definitely from fresh. You're not using any cheats, because there's you can create like spiders and this and make different costumes. So just to completely knock all that out, fresh save file. Time begins when we select easy. That's in 3, 2, 1, begin. All right.
So welcome to Spider-Man 2. The plot of this game has nothing to do with the first game, and the plot is very simple, even though it's made very dramatic. Basically, a bunch of people in Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery who were not in the first game are here. Spider-Man's whole thing is that he likes to eat donuts and drink coffee. Unfortunately, his entire Rogues Gallery has ate all the coffee and drank all the donuts, and that grosses Spider-Man out so much that he needs to go beat them all up. That is about as helpful a recap of this story as the actual story would be.
Yeah, that's about right, basically. So, the clue's in the title. It's Enter Electro. So, Electro being the main bad guy for this game. So, a lot of the movement and a lot of the tricks in this game come down to Spider-Man's unique ability to swing and web and do all sorts of cool stuff. So, the first level, you can see there a lot of swinging just to get to the next, to the end of the level, I guess. And now we're just going to roam the streets of New York and defeat some bad guys. So there's a couple of cool things that Spider-Man can do with his webs. He has web moves, and one of those that you just saw is the web ball. So if we press up and triangle, we can fire web balls at people, which is very useful, especially on easy, because it defeats people much quicker than whacking them with your fists or with your feet. We can skip this cutscene here. And there's another one.
Most average guns are going to be taken out by one web ball, especially here in the beginning. And using these sort of quick takedowns is what's going to help us to be able to skip certain cutscenes and things like that.
So these henchmen are causing havoc in the streets. We've got to put out the fire there, and that's everything that we need to do now on this level. And what we need to do now is get over to this part of the map as fast as possible. It'll play a little cutscene. We can skip that as soon as Spider-Man decides to be quiet, and we can use targeting mode here to zip up the wall a little bit faster. So you can enter targeting mode to essentially aim where you'd like Spider-Man to swing or zip to if you're close enough. Zipping being much faster than swinging, just in general as well. So if there's ever the opportunity to swing somewhere or zip somewhere, ideally you want to zip because that is faster. But swinging is also faster than just walking, jumping, whatever it might be. The movement, I guess, is cool as well, because you'll notice as we swing through the levels, oh gosh, as I get shot there, we love that.
Amazing.
Yeah, we can actually cancel swings in midair. So if I just do a general swing, you can see there, that's like a normal swing, like when you do a double swing if things are too far away for Spyran just to reach in one swing. We can actually cancel swings mid-swing, and that actually makes it a lot faster. A single swing is much faster than a double swing, so where possible, we want to only be doing single swings, because that is much faster. So we tend to try and cancel it at the middle of a double swing. So you can see the best thing I've, and Chuck actually was the one who pointed this out to me, in terms of a visual cue for people who are stuck. When Spider-Man's left hand kind of points forward, or his left fist kind of points forward, that's when you want to cancel your web swing, essentially. That's like prime time to cancel. One other thing about the movement and the swinging is that Spider-Man has momentum in this game, which is quite unusual because you think it's just a very kind of linear swings, and it kind of just swings to places that are in reach, essentially. Nice shot on that guy. If you ever get stuck to a building like so, you actually cancel all your momentum, and you'll get stuck on buildings before you actually are able to swing, and you'll kind of not be able to move as freely as you could if you're not. So you got to try and do that where you can. Now this level, if you like Fortnite, you'll like this level. Essentially, we've just got to defeat every bad guy in the building. Nice snipe on that fella.
Indeed, this is very much a search and destroy for bad guys. They will be all around this this warehouse, and the key to this particular level is just finding the best route to get to every single bad guy to take him out until there's only one left who does not disappear after being defeated. And you can see Spider-Man is taking use of something that is exclusive to Spider-Man 2, could not be in Spider-Man 1, but anytime he is in the air, he is able to shoot a web ball, and that is going to save a lot of time in clearing out this warehouse.
Oh, great guess.
Amazing stuff.
That last fella can spawn on either end of this map. So sometimes he'll spawn on the side I've just run to, sometimes he'll spawn on the other side, so it's a guess as to which one he's going to spawn to. We guessed right that time, so that's cool. A little bit of RNG. We love that. And there's actually a lot of RNG in this game. Right. Shocker is up next. Shocker is
a very hard guy.
Yeah, he's quite rough, unless we just drop a box on his head, and then it becomes a little bit easier. And then we can just drop kick him once more. There we go.
And that's it.
What happened, Shocker?
It's boxes, would you know? Allergic to boxes, that will hurt him. So what we did there essentially was we made use of another thing that's exclusive to the second game, the kind of like alternate targeting mode that you can use to target enemies or buttons or anything that Spider-Man can like web to, essentially. So we can use that to first of all pull Shocker, to pull Shocker over, and then we aim at the box above his head, pull it onto him, and then hopefully it's just a few punches, kicks, whatever you like, away from knocking him out, and that's that fight.
Bomb and clear out.
All right,
Indeed.
This is the first bit of major RNG, which can be quite frustrating. Essentially, four keys have been distributed amongst bad guys who are now lurking on this map. There's certain set locations where they spawn, but those locations are randomized essentially every time you do this level. So here we go. We got some actually nice spawn here, some close ones. So we want to try and pick up, I think, bomb.
Oh, I think he's up on the building right next to you. That one right there.
Where is it? There he's lurking. Yeah, there you go.
And like he said, these spawns are randomized, but they're always in approximately the same spot. Whether they're on a building or on the ground, though, can vary. And which one of these guys is actually going to have the key can vary as well. But Spyran is guessing correctly just from sheer experience.
Yeah, doing well actually so far. This is not too bad.
You didn't need this
Indeed.
green key, did you?
That's already 3 keys out of 4 that he needs, and the timer started on the bomb at what, 2:30? So
yes. Okay, here we go.
So
Nice.
he's blazing through these guys.
Last
And
guy.
that's the
There
last
he is.
key.
Beautiful. All right, actually, really good RNG, so I like that a lot. Thank you very much, game. Yeah, they can spawn on these rooftops. They can spawn on the floor. Like we've said, there are set locations where they can spawn, but those locations, yeah, are randomized every single time. And actually now the hardest part of this level is putting these in without punching the air accidentally. So let's everyone concentrate for this.
Three magical
Excellent.
keys.
No air punching. I love that.
That is harder than it looks, just because of the way the camera works and the way that Spider-Man moves around. It's very easy to hit the punch button, and instead of inserting a key, just punching the air. with
Might be harder to
abandon.
spot on those lampposts.
Indeed. Right, we're progressing now. We're trying to discover kind of what's going on, and that has led us to this warehouse. And what we need to do now is web up all of these turrets in order to progress to the next level. So we've just got to go find all these turrets. So we've hit 2 so far. Here's the third one,
Three
number
down,
2
3 to go.
more in the center. We can just kind of swing to here. This one, I guess, is not really majorly hard. It's just plotting the route out that you can do. I always try to get to the top here just to grab this web cartridge if I can, just very quickly. Excellent. Because you run out of web cartridges very quickly. Web cartridges, we haven't explained, I guess, because there's been no time. Web cartridges you want to use, you can only use webs when you have web cartridges. Now this level, okay, it's quite hard if you don't know what you're doing. But
That
luckily,
thing's out of control. Maybe I can use
there's a
my
nice little
webbing to
trick
stop it.
that I kind of helped,
Thank you for
I feel like,
traveling
discover.
Air Spider.
So this airplane, normally you'd have to run all the way to the end and stop it. You don't want it. If it crashes into anything, you've lost the level essentially. But by holding down the targeting mode before that, and then allowing it to switch kind of quickly between both propellers,
Rocket
you can actually
launchers. A little
finish it very
overkill,
quickly in that
don't you
first room.
think?
Which can be
Indeed,
rough,
and-
'cause if you don't do that, it's
and-
game over, you got to start again. Or the level again. at
Indeed,
least.
and that level goes so quickly that we went through it before he could even be done explaining
Yes.
how that level works. That is how fast this game can go sometimes. And it's important to note here that we are already on level, almost level 10. I think we're on level 9 right now. And not a single skip. This game is very primarily no skips. It looks like the 9-month development time between the first game and this one really gave Vicarious Visions the time they needed to build this game more solidly. And because there's so many open areas, there's not a lot of good reasons to skip while
That's
in
true.
these big open swinging areas as well.
Yeah. With these big, like say, open areas where the objective really is just to get from point A to point B, and now obviously it's very important to kill this guy because he'll shoot you. So shout out to Sotalia because he just straight knocked me out, so we're going to kill him. Yeah, with these big open areas where you're just swinging around, there's nothing really that you can skip. It's more just about optimizing your movement and your routing through the levels. But other than that, you're kind of just swinging as fast as you can. But I'm very excited because our first skip will be coming up on the level after this one that we're currently on. So very exciting. Prepare yourselves for that. So this level is button pressing. Now, there's some doors at the end that we've got to open, essentially. Oh, yep, just hit that guy. That's cool. Oh, hold on. That button, Spider-Man. There we go. Okay. Sometimes a bit tricky because it always, if you see that red reticle above someone's head, that means Spider-Man is targeting them. And we don't want to target the bad guys because we want to just hit the buttons. Now, this guy's going to be right in the way of the button I want to hit. There we go. So we have to walk around him. That's fine. Essentially, those 3 buttons are the combination that we need to open the gates at the end of this level. So we hit all those, swing to the end and swing through the tunnels. You can ignore all the bad guys. Don't need to fight a single one of them, which is nice. And we can swing to this little switch at the end. Try and hit it in midair with a web ball. Yep, there we go. Nice.
Nuts.
Save a bit of time.
Electronic doors.
And through the
I'll
doors
have
we
to
go.
turn on the power to open them.
And now we're going to be heading towards the skip here. Real quick, as we go through, you may have noticed that we get slowed down by sticking the walls. Spider-Man loves sticking the walls. It's almost like it's one of his signature powers.
Oh, yes.
But that is the one thing we really hate the most about what Spider-Man does. But we're going to need it for this trick right here because Spider-Man is going to repeatedly jump against the wall here so that his player model can clip through the wall and he can fall straight through the ground
Scuffed
and
it. Alright,
into
we're going again.
oblivion because he did not hit the up zip quick enough or hit the swing button quick enough. So we're gonna have to do this again. Luckily, it's a very quick route to the setup here, and Spyran is one of the best when it comes to this sort of corner skip. I honestly don't know how he's able to do it
There
so
we go.
easily.
Beautiful.
And there it is. And because we were able to skip some level triggers, the door to the exit stays open and we can just leave. Otherwise, we're spending like 2 minutes plus going around hitting switches and whatnot. And now we get to go to this fun little level where we have to chase down a train.
Indeed.
And Sandman is going to try to stop us along the way.
I've heard about
And
running
if
into a
I'm really
brick
good,
wall,
hold
but
on.
This is ridiculous.
No, okay, forget it. Right, we
Ah,
tried.
almost.
So go on, I'll let you
Go ahead.
explain.
All right.
I'll throw it, please.
So what Spyran was trying to do there is if you are very lucky, it's not so much about skill. The farthest the skill goes
Oh,
is
that was it,
knowing
and he
how.
bashed off. Oh, that's
Oh
ridiculous.
man!
All right, game's broken. The game's broken. It's a scam.
So Spyran is trying to get through the sand wall here, and that is a very finicky skip to get. A lot of people attribute it more to luck than the skill, and for good reason. But at this point, we're probably going to have to go through the regular way. You have to take down these sand walls here with the forklifts, and that'll break him down. Sandman is going to try to stop you, and
Oh,
he's going to
taking all my
break
stuff, right?
everything that you're
Stop
carrying.
that. Stop that.
Amazing. And that is going to slow down Spider-Man a little bit because he really wants those forklifts
Stay away.
to break those sand walls. He's going to need to
There we
hurry up because the train is leaving. Luckily, he's a speedrunner. He'll catch up to that train, no problem. I'm absolutely sure of it. Not a
Absolutely.
single worry in the world. I'm not
Nothing's
sweating
gonna go
bullets
wrong
because
here,
I
no.
don't understand how this game works. But yeah, Sandman acts more as like a
No, he's
distraction
alright.
as you try to catch up
You know
with
what
this
that means.
train. You're not meant to actually defeat Sandman because he has a boss fight coming up later.
Oh, we got one. Okay, perfect. Just when we needed one. That's the
Oh my
sandwall skip that we were trying to do.
That was
Saved.
too close. That was too close.
Oh, I love that.
All right.
So yeah,
and
so
now-
that's like crazy hard because there's not real any timing to there's kind of a timing. The timing's like so ridiculously like frame perfect that you will fail that like 90% of the time. And it's always hype when you get that first time.
Oh man.
Okay, so this level we're indoors, which means we can do some more skipping. So I'm gonna jump up here. I'm gonna ignore the hostage that's in the elevator and just gonna clip through this wall. In theory, give it another
In
go.
theory. Now this kind of skip also works in the elevator level that exists in the first Spider-Man game.
Boom, we're through.
To fantastic effect in both games, more so in this one even. And Spyron's objective is to free all these hostages because Hammerhead has come and taken
there's
over
that.
a sort of balls
Hey.
celebration. And these gangsters are tough.
Yeah,
for
they are
sure.
rough, and I think I missed this first fella because the hostage ran in front of him. I absolutely did.
I think you
There you
did that in your submitted run on YouTube as well.
Rude,
But
honestly.
Looks like that's everyone.
But
Now to find the
yeah,
next floor.
Spider-Man's at a ball. It's been taken over by Hammerhead because they're after a particular doctor because she's the one who has all of Spider-Man's coffee and donuts. So he's got to go save the hostages and then the doctor as well.
Indeed. And we save these hostages in these rooms by giving them a little kiss on the head. Just gonna go touch them. And that's how they'll free themselves, otherwise they won't move. Give them a little kiss on the head. And then we can get out of here. Now, ideally, you want to try and kill as many of these kind of thugs as possible because they will just keep shooting at you, as you've seen there, and absolutely pepper you. And you will not be able to move. But
They
here
are
he is.
crack
All right,
shot.
Hammerhead. Boss fight. Another one. So,
Indeed. Speaking of crack shots, go ahead.
yeah, the tech with this one essentially is we want to try and finish him off in this first phase. So we pull the gun away. We do one full punch combo. We're going to jump over here. Pull his gun away from him again. There we go. Put web gloves on. And then another combo there. Yes, and we got him. So if we don't do that right, essentially he charges out the room. And you've got to watch a cutscene of him charging outside, and it's very long. But by hitting him in that order, it doesn't allow his health to drop low enough for him to escape out the room, but we still kill him before he gets there. All right, this one is another skip, and this one's a tricky one. A lot of people hate this one. So, Chuck, I don't know if you're familiar, but if you want to explain this one, please do.
So we are in the biotech lab here, and normally what you got to do is shut down a bunch of these generators so that you can get through. But Spyran says, no, I don't want to do that. There's a perfectly good corner here for me to skip through, and why would I need to shut down some generators if I can just swing through? As soon as you can find a particular wall to swing on, there he is. He's basically skipped a couple of rooms already, and that is
Oh, that
going
was
to
actually
bring
so
him-
fast. Woo!
That was
Wow.
blazing. He immediately skips the last room and gets through to the end, and already we're on to the next level.
Yeah, so there's a gap at the top of the doors, which we're going to utilize again on this level in a little bit, but there's a gap at the top of each of these doors that you can actually use to kind of zip yourself through, which is very useful because it speeds up the levels a lot. Again, we're going to use this kind of backwards clip to clip through this wall first of all to get into this room without having to press any buttons and opening any doors.
Oh,
Unless
no.
the electricity hits me and then you just fall to the floor, and that's fine. We're just going to start that level again.
That's the skip setup. So now we're going to do the actual skip by restarting the level and going through and trying that same clip again.
All right, over to this wall.
It was,
No
it was
electricity,
RNG
please.
manipulation.
And we're through. Okay, there we go. Right, we're in the room. We
What do we have
turn
here?
the heat up in here and turn the robots off. We're going to hit all these buttons when the shield goes down there. And that'll allow essentially the final... You're not normally supposed to get to this room as quickly as we have done. Obviously, by glitching through, we're able to get through a bit quicker. And so, because of that, the door is also closed. Prior to this, this kind of skip that I'm doing here, this version of the skip that we're doing here, you actually try and clip out of the doors, and this door is notorious for being an awful one to try and clip out of. But luckily, someone came along and said, oh, do you know you can actually just get out the wall that way? And we said, oh, thank you very much. So that saves us a lot of time. And again, we're going to try and clip through the... Oh, we got a bit of a green there. As soon as you see a green, that's when you want to press the swing. So I'm just spamming the swing button. We actually get through very quickly that second time. And that's the level.
Man, it still surprises me how well that all works. I have not learned this speedrun at all, and it just looks like magic compared to 2K, which I do run.
Oh.
But Spider-Man having a little bit of trouble getting up onto a platform.
Stuck
This
in time
one,
there, and time and space, having troubles with that. One very
Indeed.
common issue with Spider-Man.
so we're gonna have to take a break from skipping here for the moment, because this level is just full vertical. You need to keep going up higher and higher while turning off security measures as you go, or security gates. The security measures will activate more and more as you deactivate these gates, which sounds counterintuitive, but I guess if we're going to be playing a Spider-Man video game, we better make Spider-Man do Spider-Man things.
Absolutely.
And already we are just about at the end of this level, zipping up and up and up.
Yeah, the last two
It's-
buttons here, we can kind of use the crawl space there to be able to hit them faster than it obviously would to crawl, stand up, and hit those buttons. All we need to do now is touch this door, and then we can actually just jump away and go, wee, but the level's finished because we touched the door, so it's fine.
Right, he hits the level trigger, but it takes a second for the actual level to end once you hit that trigger. I think probably because there's a voice line or something like that.
I can't fight the lizard. Not if there's a chance to
so-
bring Dr. Connor's back.
Guys,
Right
a
now,
lizard.
we're gonna. Yes, that is a lizard, and this is the funniest thing because he's trying to explain how to beat the lizard as he's being grabbed by the neck and thrown through a wall. And that is the funniest thing to me. And we're gonna get some audio clipping because of how fast this is happening.
Yeah, so I'm going to go for what I have dubbed just today as science skip or science strat. Essentially, if we hit him with 2 of these and we pick up 3 of these little science beakers filled with whatever nonsense there are, we can actually beat him very quick, much quicker than actually doing combos on him, which we did actually very well there. Sometimes that can be quite tricky because Spider-Man will always want to pick up the beakers, and it can be quite annoying. And if you miss any of those like web poison things that keep him stunned, you're waiting around for a long, long time. So the faster you can complete that level, yeah, the better.
Indeed, and now we are out of the biotech area, at least for the moment, because we have to go to a completely different wing, because that is where Spider-Man's coffee and donuts are, that the doctor is hiding, and
4 more to go.
he's got to take out these lasers as he goes along and follow these sort of data streams to these pylons.
Yeah, I don't know what
that
these
is-
red lasers are, but that, yeah,
3 down,
something like
4
that.
to
The red
Yeah.
lasers don't do anything the purple ones do. They hurt you. Don't get hit by them.
Indeed. Indeed. I think Spider-Man is trying to increase the Wi-Fi signal at his favorite coffee shop,
Yes. Probably right.
which is this big biomedic building right here.
Look,
and-
if you let me back, I promise I'll come back and play tomorrow.
I hate when that laser hits me.
Ooh. Okay. For a second, I thought that was the end of the level, but
Yeah.
no, we are gonna continue going. We gotta get that Wi-Fi signal stronger. So we gotta brave even more lasers going
Looks
through.
like that did it.
This is giving me flashbacks to the underwater trench in Spider-Man 1. Please go check out Spider-Man 1 as well
Oh
as
yeah,
Spider-Man
absolutely.
2.
Now what happened?
And here we are. Spider-Man has found out that the doctor with the coffee and donuts has been taken yet again. and now Sandman has come to slow us down once more. So, what is Sandman's biggest weakness? It's gonna be water, and
Indeed.
we can't turn on the water yet because Sandman decides he wants to grab us
There is
with
though.
some very well detailed hand animations
Yeah.
that are a nice upgrade from Spider-Man 1. They really tried to add more detail to this and push the PS1 to its limits.
Yeah. Question mark limits. Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put a question mark on that one there. I won't lie, there's really a give it and take between the two games. You
he's still
feel
over there. Oh, what a nerd.
oh no.
Okay, hold on.
You really feel the quality difference between these two. There's better music in this, and the story feels more cohesive in this, but also animations are weaker. I don't like Spidey's mask model in Spider-Man 2, as I'm watching like all the pre-rendered cutscenes. Luckily, we get to skip all of that. But the boss fights are a bit cooler, honestly,
Yeah.
in some areas.
I
And
would
just
say
like that,
there's a lot more boss fights, I feel like, in this one, or at least it feels like there's more variety in the boss fights in this one for sure than the first game.
I agree for sure. And just like that, Sandman is done. He was super easy to beat, barely an inconvenience. And so we head on to Konnichiwa Spider-san. And as is tradition, we can only speak in Japanese in this level, so this might be a little bit quiet.
Yeah.
Samurai armor
Fair.
pieces, dogo desu ka?
Oh, there we go. Yes, essentially, the way we have to beat this level is there's a big generator thing in the middle here, and we've got to throw these samurai pieces at it, because apparently that's the only thing that can blow this generator up. So we have to go and defeat some samurai, some robot samurai. We pick up their body pieces, and we throw them at the generator, and we need 2 more, the last 2 being in this room. There are a lot more than just the samurai that we're beating up here, but these seem to be the best ones to go and collect, just because they're quicker to get to.
I
this bit
remember.
always
I
scares me.
remember having trouble. Yeah, I remember having trouble with this one as a kid, because I swear I kept breaking the armor pieces before I had enough to take out the generator. I kept using armor pieces to take out more samurai, and I ended up not having enough to break the generator, and I couldn't understand why I couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it's a scary level, just because if you run out of those, then you're stuffed, and that's it. You've got to you just got to start again. But luckily,
That's it.
we got through. And now this is a notorious level for some people in our community. This is Rock of Ages. Some would consider this the hardest level in the game, but all it requires is essentially is to go vertically once again. So we want to find some kind of best spots to be able to jump up and zip to, and by doing so, we should be able to get up fairly quickly. There'll be a car that we hit next. He says there'll be a car that we hit next. There'll be a car that we hit next. There it is, and then the roof.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes
That
our tour of
that
the
level is
Ages
a
of
lot
Man.
harder than it looks.
Next,
If you're playing this
taking an
casually,
Electro
it is one of the
exhibit.
hardest levels in the game because the camera angle is always against the wall and you cannot tell where anything is
Yeah.
unless you were just very slowly
Give it
crawling up.
Electro.
But if
You
you're a
can't find
speedrunner
the
and you
jewel
know where
and
everything
lost
is,
your hostage.
it takes
Even
no
without the
time at
jewel,
all.
Electro's pretty pumped
So
up. Better take it
it's
quick.
always wonderful to see how
Wow.
speedrunning changes
We didn't
things.
hit him once.
We are on our first Electro fight here, and honestly, the second to last level of the game. We are going through this very quickly. I'm surprised how quickly we've already gone through this.
Yeah, we are flying through. So essentially, we're trying to defeat Electro as quickly as possible. The best way to do that is get web gloves on to deal more damage, and then try and not get hit by that shield that then blows you away, because it also takes your web gloves off, which means you have to put them back on. And the annoying thing with this, I find at least, is it seems to be very awkward to hit him sometimes. Sometimes your combos just won't go through. Other times they will, and it can take a very long time when it shouldn't take a long time. You should just be able to hit him. But frame drops and combo drops and something. I don't know if he's ever going to get down. That'd be good if he could. There we go. And that should be the last combo. He says, apart from that last hit, didn't register. So, prime example of what I was talking about there. So we just need to hit him once more in theory.
I'm gonna blame Vicarious Visions for that. Neversoft
True.
would never let you drop a combo on a boss.
Absolutely.
Never.
No. You wouldn't see it, guys. Unheard of. Unheard of.
Unheard of. So all of Spider-Man's coffee and donuts are concentrated into that big sapphire, and Electro has stolen those coffee and donuts, and now we got to go beat him up so we can finally have a fantastic breakfast.
Indeed, we are against Hyper Electro, he is known as, on this level, and so to take him out, essentially what we need to do, first of all, is destroy the kind of little units on this roof, because he'll use these to regenerate if we try and beat him before doing that. So we take those out first, so that we can try and not let him recharge and regain health. The next thing we need to do, essentially, is destroy these capacitors, as Spider-Man is very kindly explaining to us, and we need to try and get him to hit there he is. He hits that, we can get a combo on him, and we ideally want to get enough damage on him this first time round that he'll go up, and we'll see a little cutscene. Hopefully. There it is. So that's how you know you've done good. We can finish him in 2 phases, essentially, doing this. So he'll heal up a little bit, the tower will break, he can't do that anymore, and we only need to, in theory, get him stunned up one more time, which we're going to try and do by heading over to here. We'll destroy the capacitors on this one, and time will be coming up, essentially, very soon, as long as... Oh, we did actually manage to hit him straight away. I don't know if I've got enough time now to get to him. This is how quick that was.
And that entire combo dropped as he's stuck inside the generator. So we're going to have to do this in 3. Fun fact, while he's getting this last one. Oh, wow. That is quick. Blazing stuff.
And time's coming up as soon as we get to the black screen. And time. And that's the game, guys. That's Spider-Man 2.
Incredible.
Thor saved the day.
What?
It's Thor all along, guys.
That was a 29:05. I want to say.
I think so. Yeah, I've got 29:06 on my side, so that sounds about right. Yeah, and essentially that's it. Spider-Man saved the day. Thor gets all the credit, and off we go. There's a rumor and a theory that somewhere on the internet exists a version of an end credit scene where Thor actually does come in and save the day, but that's been like unheard of. There's only a screenshot that exists on the internet that someone found a long time ago. So if anyone has a version of this game where Thor comes in at the end, that's like a crazy thing. So if you have that, let someone know. Otherwise, yeah, that kind of wraps us up. I've been Spyran. If you want to find me and see me run this game and the first game, and probably some other games eventually, if I get round to it, you'll find me at Spyran on twitch.tv. Chuck, where can people find you?
You can find me on twitch.tv/ChuckDicey, or you'll probably find me commentating on our latest No Skips tournament for Spider-Man 2K on Spider Runs. So look forward to hearing me there.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to the Spider Runs Twitch channel. We're currently running a No Skips Invitational. It's Fetty's No Skips Invitational. Willie Fetty being a big member in the community who's done a great job of hosting, running a tournament where it's us racing against each other. It's a lot of fun. So if you're interested in that, Spider Runs on Twitch. Otherwise, just shout out to the entire Spider-Man community, the Spider-Man Discord, and the people that I see a few of them in chat who are here today cheering us along. So shout out to everyone there. Otherwise, Chuck, unless there's anything else you want to shout out, I think we can wrap things up.
No, I think that's about it. Thanks for having us, everyone, and please, by all means, continue to donate for Running for Reels. Here, it is for a good cause.
Right. That's coming straight out
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for having us, and stay safe out there.
Thank you so much, Spyran, for that incredible run of Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro. It was an absolute pleasure to have you show up here and show off that amazing game. In case you guys didn't know, I have ran, not Enter Electro, but I have ran the first game. So to have this show up in this marathon.
All right, there we go. Before I hand the mic over to SCXCR, I just want to say one quick thing. We have a $15 donation from Niloqui, one of the PC runners of the game. So thank you so much for that wonderful donation, Nilo. And again, we'll be going to a brief intermission here, folks. That will be it for me on the host desk, and I will be handing you over to the wonderful, capable hands of SCXCR as he takes over for hosting.